Hey guys, my name is Benjamin Stone, and welcome to the official ABC Family podcast for the 9 Lives of Chloe King. On this podcast, we'll take a look at the significant others in Chloe's life, from her best friends to a pair of unique parents. Hannah Hannity held on tight as the red and gold cable car started its flight. Followers of the show will recognize that this rhyme comes from a child's book, a book written by 3-year-old Chloe and her now missing and mysterious father. Take a look.
What is it?
Well, it's from those stories you and your dad made up together. Hannah Hannity and her magic cable car.
Dad made it up?
God, you couldn't have been more than 3 or 4.
Suddenly, Chloe realizes that that is her real dad, and he's out there somewhere. So after that point, they've been staying in contact, and it gets a little tricky because Meredith, my mom, wants to have my dad declared dead. And I don't know how to tell her that I've actually been talking with him.
When were you gonna tell me your father's alive?
But the email writing and faceless Mr. King isn't the only dad whose intentions are questionable. Check out the father of Brian, who never seems to give his son a fighting chance.
There you go. Got it. Come on, 1, 2. You got it. Here we go. 1, 2. Come on. Got it. Watch out, the body, the head. Come on. Now you listen to me. If you want my respect, you're gonna have to earn it.
There's always some tension there. Even when they're like trying to have a real father-son moment, there's still like this undertone of serious tension and anger and frustration.
I found the girl. Kill her as many times as you have to. Goodbye, Chloe.
We don't really have normal dads on this show, but it's more exciting that way, I think.
It's a little coincidental that he is into this girl and his father happens to be this guy that she is sort of trying to avoid. Brian and Mr. Reza, they definitely have this bumpy road of a relationship.
The girl will be dead at the first opportunity. Even if I have to do it myself.
I think if Chloe knew that Brian's dad was trying to kill her, I think that would pretty much put an end to the relationship.
Is it horrible if the only thing I can think of to say is that I like the colors? Hi, I'm... Nice chat.
There are also the mothers who play a significant role in Chloe's life. Her loyal and loving mum, Meredith, and her crush's mum, who was murdered. Or was she?
My mom supposedly was killed in a mugging that went bad.
The whole reason Brian came home from school is actually because of his mother. You know, he wants to figure out what kind of really is going on and what happened with her because she died.
What the hell do you think you're doing?
Nothing, just hanging out. Hoping to catch a glimpse of the old man. I noticed you don't have pictures of Mom anymore.
Sometimes it's best not to live in the past.
He loves his son. It's not that he, dislikes his son, but Brian reminds Whitley of his dead wife.
It was hard, seeing her smiling face, staring up at me every day like nothing bad had ever happened.
I keep the one of the 3 of us that summer on the boat next to my bed.
It was a good trip.
Chloe keeps pressuring Brian, ask questions, find things out, investigate. And so Brian is a little hesitant at first, but he begins to kind of go through his dad's things.
Does this mean anything to you? It's written on the back of a picture of my mom that I found in my dad's desk.
It can be anything.
Brian understands that Chloe's a smart girl and for whatever reason, she's good at investigating things.
It all doesn't make sense, so Chloe kind of helps him do some research to put together the pieces of the puzzle. At the end of the season, I think it leads Brian to his ultimate answer, which is maybe one he didn't want to find out.
And finally, what would Chloe's life be without her always colourful best friends, Amy and Paul? They always seem to be there for the good times and the bad.
Do you know how long I've dreamt of being swept away to fulfill an ancient destiny?
Sadly, yes. Not helping.
There's nothing more important to Chloe than family and friends, so when they want to come along or try to help, it's like, Amy, Paul, stay out of it. I don't want something to happen to you.
Get out of here! Now!
But at the same time, it's also been really great that Amy and Paul are in on my secret.
It's some kind of underground gambling den.
Totally illegal, right? What do you think we should do? Should we go in there and kick some ass?
He's been observing how Chloe and Alec do it this whole time, and then he kind of does it himself. It's pretty cool. And I'm like, yeah, like this is Paul when he's kicking some butt, you know?
Oh, Paul? Paul is an interesting love interest because he, like Chloe and I, we've all been friends for forever.
Stay away from my friend!
They got to attack a bad guy, and Amy's not really very ferocious in terms of physical power. So she hits him with a light and then promptly scuttles away.
Like, they'll drop me off at the fight, and they're right there by my side all the time, and they're just both adorable, yummy human beings.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, what are you doing?
Taking it to the next level.
Paul, what were you thinking, mate? This week, our mailbag was full of your questions. So here's one right now.
Hey Facebook fans, I'm Grace Phipps and I play Amy, and I have a question from Madison, Wisconsin. She wants to know if there's ever a part when I'm filming a scary scene that I feel scared. And yes, but the funny thing about Amy is that she's scared during not so scary scenes. So there's often times during non-scary scenes when I feel afraid also. Usually it's Alec's fault. Thanks for your question.
Now it's your turn. So please send your questions to Twitter at ABCF9Lives or Facebook.com/The9Lives of Chloe King. And be sure to check out our new podcast every week at abcfamily.com. Or subscribe to this series at iTunes, keywords, official Chloe King podcast. Thanks so much for joining us today, and keep watching this official podcast all season long for exclusive behind the scenes footage and interviews that you won't see anywhere else. I'm Benjamin Stone, and I'll see you next time.